set it up here, Avery. It is looking real rough for BetBoom.
Oh boy, it is indeed. They're going to need some hearts after this game for sure. Maybe a heart transplant because it might just get ripped out of them here. This is one of the most one-sided drafts on paper in terms of lane matchups I've seen in a very long time. And that has tended to win teams more games than it has lost them at this tournament, right? You're looking at a Brood matchup versus a lane that can maybe punish her early, but not over the long run. You're looking at a Huskar Ember matchup. I don't even need to explain that to everybody out there. Yeah. And then you're looking at a Doom versus a Medusa, which is just whatever, and nothing is debilitating the Medusa in the fight. So the only thing you got going for you here if you're BetBoom really is, I mean, one, your Chads, because you pick honest heroes, and I applaud you for that. And two, you can kill. Like, your lineup can kill. At least, especially in the early game, if you can start getting some of those cheeky skirmishes going. The Lich and the Techies have a lot more lockdown and nuke damage than the Pugna and Dyne are going to have in the first 10 to 15 minutes here. That is what you have to abuse. You have to roam around, make some chaos happen, go through the gates, gank mid, fight on the Wisdom runes, get the ults up for the Techies and the Lich really fast so you have even more kill threat come online even faster. That is the one route to a solid victory I see here for BetBoom. If they can execute that, then maybe you can abuse the fact this lineup doesn't have a lot of lockdown and won't have a lot of ability to play the map that well and can get out-farmed. Pretty much all gaming can do is win lanes and run down the objectives, but I say that, and that is kind of all they want to do in a lot of these games anyway. So it is a very interesting clash of styles with a huge lane advantage for gaming if they can punish this GPK Ember, especially with the Quinn Huskar.
I mean, I feel like this would be a lot easier to set up an even story, this clash of styles, if the 4 games that we've watched so far between these two teams have been extremely laning focused. Once the team has gotten away with the laning phase lead, like Gaimin Gladiators do now with their first blood, they seem to be able to hold on to it and build off of it and just end the game by 25 minutes.
I agree, and this is probably the most snowball version of that. Like the Huskar and the Brood. You give these heroes a laning advantage? What are you going to do, man? They're just going to close out the map so fast. But that is, you know, kills, they're worth a lot more. There's a lot more comeback gold. You also didn't lose 4 runes, which was a big factor last game.
Yeah,
so
that
you got that going for you. You are going to give up the first blood here on Pure. I'm pretty surprised that they went back for the Doom too, because I've been feeling this hero fall off. I also think it's a hero.
Use it.
He's okay. I think it's a hero that doesn't give them a lot of outspam or tempo control. It's just kind of one of those aura buying offlaners that feels slower than all the others. So I'm surprised that they didn't try and find something else for Pure here, but that's what I'm saying. BetBoom, they just trust in their heroes, trust in their ability to execute them. Well, now is the time to put that execution to the test. Step the hell up and make some magic happen, because GPK is not going to be able to do it for you.
No.
He is feeling the pain of the spears right now. It is brutal. This is just a brutal lane. There is no way around it. Absolutely none, unless you're going to roam and gank for him, and these side lanes are intensive.
And that was one of the things the panel kind of came up with, right? It's like, okay, our supports are stronger on the side of BetBoom. Maybe they can make some plays happen, like 2-man blast-off stun from Save. He might die for it, though. Still has plenty of stick charges, still has a Fairy Fire, so he's good. They get the Tombstone kill out of that. That's like half a kill.
All these trades are also just great for Nightfall, because you want to win this Bloodseeker lane as hard as possible before the Brood gets to 6 and just becomes an unstoppable force. So if you can pump up the Thirst, that's going to feel great. Still, 0 kills on the board for BetBoom at 3 minutes. It has to pick up somewhere, has to pick up soon. And that is also what enables you to rotate towards GPK mid if these side lanes are going better for you. You can bail out this Ember with the ganks, but you have to have the freedom to do it. You can't leave these cores in a 1-on-2 if they're not ahead, and the lane isn't in a good spot. So that is also what BetBoom are trying to fight for here. Up against one of the strongest laning teams in the world, Gaming are not going to give you a lot of openings. Got to make the most of it.
Yeah, Nightfall was really stretching already, like dove underneath the tower a little bit to be able to get it. Ooh. Glyph is going to go off here as Quinn really trying to pressure GPK underneath the tower here.
Wants to put him in a situation where he's getting zoned off XP. Won't be able to do it, but he's just continuing the reign of denies. 23-11 versus that 10-1. This is a massive level advantage. Pretty much going to guarantee him 6 first. And that means the gank potential on GPK or even the solo kill potential pretty damn high. Take some tower shots. I mean, this is where you would beg for a rotation to kill this Huskar.
Oh, absolutely. Bloodseeker is taking advantage of all that thirst. The Huskar constantly remains low. Bloodseeker does take advantage of that, but like you said, Gaimin Gladiators, very good laning team. They're not going to give away anything for free.
Silence are making a recovery here for BetBoom, though. Nightfall's having a pretty free farm lane down here. Pure has caught back up after that first blood. They got a tombstone kill. Little things are going their way as GPK continues to be the martyr here. If they can start to ramp up this pressure, I would really like to see the support rotations. Like, combine the Lich and the Techies here to try and either pressure the Brood or the Medusa if you feel like you have enough strength. Because, again, you don't want to just sit in these isolated matches for too long either.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's what has worked the best for BetBoom. The combination of their supports. TORONTOTOKYO being very active.
Yeah, in that case, I would really want to see the Techies somehow make his way down to bottom. Get this kill, free up the lane for Bloodseeker, and then we can move the Lich out of the lane.
They're just having trouble burning resources to free up those moves.
Yeah.
These lanes are so sustaining for gaming. You have a Medusa who's constantly refilling mana, and you have a Brood who's constantly regenning back up. It's like, how do you get these silence in a position where you can make these moves? I think GPK is literally Ember personified as he stares off into the abyss. So he stares at his lane and wonders.
He's just waiting for his time to get 1 CS for the 4 that Quinn is getting.
It's like, man, it must be nice to have a creep score.
Well, off to the jungle he goes, into the heart of darkness.
Well, maybe it'll be better for him. Fight for the Lotuses.
It can't get much worse.
Save does connect. He will reap the reward. A lot of extra regen on him. Maybe they can bait out a good trade up here. Still no creep up for Pure. That hurts a little bit. And these trades no longer coming through. The sustain on the lanes is hurting Nightfall. He's just not getting a lot of thirst to try and punish Ace. They missed the early levels punish.
This is rough. Twice now, Quinn has won the lane in a dominant matchup, and he gets a double damage for it. GPK, he's going to show up to bottom lane to try and get a kill and get himself to level 6 as a result. But this kill is not that easy. It's going to take a while to be able to run him down, and when they finally do, they've already lost TORONTOTOKYO for it.
At least GPK will be able to steal some of Nightfall CS as he complains and get himself to his ult. The thing is, yeah, that's 6-minute double damage. It's going to create a lot of fast pressure here for Quinn. He's going to start hitting this tower with the end of it, and he's got a catapult wave. This is a hard lane for GPK to return to, and there's not much that can help bail out the pressure. He's just going to give it up, actually. I'm surprised Quinn left that. Maybe feeling like he doesn't have to overextend, though.
Maybe because the Lich died. The possibility of Lich TPing.
Yeah, he doesn't want to give up the kill.
Yeah.
But it is 7-minute Wisdom Runes. He's able to get split here. So at least BetBoom get 1. And you really need the levels on these supports. Lane's pretty far up top. And what does TORONTOTOKYO want to do? He just wants to TP bottom. So not going for the skirmish top. Instead just heads back bottom to try and help Nightfall. Another very slow kill game for BetBoom. Does not bode well for them.
No. No, it doesn't.
Mana burn creep though. There we go. That's a good one to get, especially versus the Medusa. So
all right, here we go.
Kill threat.
Techie's going to go down to the bottom lane.
Yeah, this has to happen at some point. I mean, this is a little late, but you just got to make something happen on the map right now. This is a hard hero to connect.
I mean, TORONTOTOKYO is kind of giving the game away here. He's trying very hard to catch Ace.
I don't even know if they kill him, to be honest.
Underneath the tower? I think it's unlikely.
There's a decrep. He might just died in Netherworld level 3 blast. I think he rupture. And Seleri, he'll go through the gate and kill their hobs on the backside. So you're losing vision for this? You know the Undying's down here now. The Undying's probably stronger than you are.
Absolutely.
Yeah, nice watcher. My watcher, son.
You're going to get a 3 versus 3 here. The Lich, he's going to get run down pretty easily. Now the blast off, not going to go off. Save, thinking better of it here. And probably, he might need to blast off just to be able to keep himself alive. Ace is running him down with this Helmet Dom creep.
Nice. Thinks he's still playing Lycan here.
Yeah.
And it's looking like it as GPK makes a rotation for nothing.
Oh, nice dodge.
You can always dodge these. I don't think Quinn minds too much. 10 seconds for that cooldown to come back up. Did not like that fly in his face.
Wouldn't be the first mid laner with a fly problem.
What is going on, man?
Yeah.
I thought he smelled something weird at first.
It's got the smell of stinky cheese coming from Gaimin Gladiators, but they'll punish that and get a kill on Quinn. Finally, they can bring more heroes to this than Gaimin Gladiators can, and they just have to actually be able to get the kills.
GPK waves off that laning phase, and now he's level 8.5. Really pretty fast recovery here just off the one kill. I mean, this is an okay position out of that mid lane. Honestly, it's the side lanes that didn't go as well for BetBoom as I thought. Denver has the levels. You can start to play through him a bit more. This is just the part of the game where I don't favor the Doom, because I feel like it's very slow for Pure.
Yeah.
Like, you're not threatening DyrachYO Pure. You can't connect to the kills. And Quinn is just going straight back in. This is a risky go.
The blast off is going to land to him. They do have the support coming in with the Decrepify save. Looks like Nightfall, he's probably going to bleed out here.
Oh, he lived.
Or burn out. Nope, he's good. GPK does manage to get the power runes, so that's a big up. In fact, he's going to use it to kill tOfu. So really not the worst exchange in the world.
Especially key for your supports.
Yeah.
On top of that power rune snatch. Very good news for GPK. He's making something out of nothing here. 2-0-1. Honestly, he's made the best of his situation out of everybody. Despite the fly. It has not bothered.
He did lose the tower for it, though. So Ace is going to be really, really big. And win Ace has been really, really big. I feel like Gaimin Gladiators win rate goes up like an extra 10% on top of whatever their natural win rate is.
That's what I've been telling you, man. If your off laner is winning his lane, your chances to win just go up more than any other core.
Okay.
Off laners win you tournaments. Okay? I'll actually give you the brief rundown. Mid laners get the reds. They get red at the reds.
Yeah.
Carries get flame, and off laners get rings.
Damn. You got that from Universe, didn't you?
And now you might be asking, well, SVG, what is supports get?
Yeah, what does supports get?
Absolutely nothing. You get nothing. Good day, sir. Welcome to Dota 2, where it's all about how much you can pump up the core's net worth, what you can do for them in terms of save and utility and gank potential. Nobody ganks for a support, you gank for your core. Or you gank a tower. As save has gone Earn, looking for a Vessel here. I mean, it's a damn good Vessel game. Versus the Brood, the Huskar, and the Pugna save, plus a Soul Rip on top. Oh, little ice skating.
He does have a Remnant coming up, but it might be too much. Oh, that is definitely not enough.
Yeah, that was not where you wanted to end up, but his team will make the most of the space that he has created here. I'm thinking DyrachYO, that's a huge kill, but they used all their stuns.
Speaking of stuns, that is the one advantage they have over Gaimin Gladiators.
Yes, and that is why I think these kills should come easier to them.
Yeah.
Because until Gaimin clumped, their heroes are susceptible on the map. Which is why you wanted as fast support ultis up as you can get. They are both online now, so you have the mines. You have Chain Frost, and you got 4 bounty runes. And here's a nice little 1,000 gold.
Not bad. Oh god, he just laid an Observer Ward right on top of the sentry. That's unfortunate.
Well, that is just how good Gaimin are at controlling the map. They already know where you're going to ward. It's just free gold waiting.
Yeah, somebody's going to see that eventually.
I mean, they're just farming everything right now. Again, they're not going to group until Ace makes the call. And then it's going to be a hard hammer to fall. BetBoom, you are behind. You're going to have to respond. Which means you can't have too many more deaths on GPK here. And you need to find these pickoffs.
They need to Maelstrom really badly.
Pure One Meteor Hammer. Interesting. I mean, it helped them get this tower, but is this an item that does anything for you in the game? And you're going Midas?
Yeah, he's going to double down on the greed.
So greedy, man. I mean, I know Hammer's like a farming item, but it's very slow here. I feel like you're really conceding the Roshans entirely.
First rupture of the game, I believe. And the mines will get him.
So Nightfall is always going to be able to join these skirmishes just because the Huskar is guaranteed to give him the thirst points. That's the nice part here. So maybe Nightfall is going to be way more active this game, and this Hammer Midas will eventually pay off for Pure, but I think he does have to build into an aura here. He can't get too greedy. Like, I don't think you can afford to go Bots, Octarine, or something like that. You have to get some sort of Crimson, Greaves, Pipe.
Bots, Octarine, and a Midas Meteor Hammer.
I mean, you think I'm joking. These guys, they're insane. Doom players, they don't live in the real world, Cap.
Yeah, where do they live?
They live in gold land, where gold grows on gold trees and drops from
I thought
gold
that was carries.
lollipops of gold drops. Also known as the United States of capitalism. JPK is going to man up
Oh,
here.
big kill if they can get it. They're going to throw everything they have for it. Big kill to be able to get, and the pressure mounts as GPK wants to keep this push going.
He has Maelstrom. Honestly, this game does not look too bad.
Not the worst.
Like, net worst-wise, considering how much we thought they were going to get stomped on lanes, right?
Yeah.
They're only down a K. And the lack of stuns, this is where that lack of stuns is going to hurt Gaming. They can't really make plays too easily. We're talking about how much BetBoom can try and find and punish Gaming, but you could play the reverse Uno card here and say, well, how do Gaming punish BetBoom?
Okay,
It's
but
just the group up.
can BetBoom, no stuns on Gaimin Gladiators. Can you rat enough to push to a late game where you feel good as BetBoom?
I mean, I don't even know if you want to go late game.
I don't think so, right? That's the problem, right?
A little weird.
That the pressure point is like BetBoom have to be able to bounce back from a terrible laning phase and then hit a mid game before Gaimin Gladiators get to late game.
I think like the 40 minutes is what BetBoom are aiming for, right? To be strong at that time, like the second half to third Roche, that period, win one or two team fights and just roll the game. Before you get in a situation where like 6-slotted Dusa becomes, in theory, kind of untouchable for your lineup.
Yeah, and Broodmother becomes the second carry, and there's a Huskar like perma disarming people.
I mean, we have seen them win some crazy late games with the Pure Doom.
Yeah.
And it's probably the reason they picked it up here, and he has gone for this crazy farm build. Like, you get to Ags Doom with Refresher and stuff. I mean, anything can happen. You can melt the Medusa with the Bloodseeker because then you remove the Stone Gaze from the equation. You remove some item usage from the equation. It's a very even game. Maybe BetBoom are just going to surprise us and clutch this one out.
Oh, once again, dropping a ward on a Sentry. This time they'll be able to de-ward this Sentry, but you still know about it.
I must say, I feel like GPK he's really stepped up this game. This is such a hard game for him to play when you don't even have the lane versus the Huskar. Your matchups are kind of bad. Your side lanes didn't go amazingly well, and then you're still the play creator. Like, he's still making action happen for his supports and getting them the levels back. He's 3-1-2 with 150 CS, and he's basically the same net worth that Huskar. What is that smell, Cap? It's the smell of victory.
Maybe. Smell of a comeback, perhaps?
This is a tough team to beat. This would be like their 5th consecutive major title.
Yeah, and it would be the second time that they've won a Dream League in a Game 5 if Gaimin Gladiators pull it off.
They've been here before. They have experience on their side, but BetBoom have the hammer.
The hammer.
Did that golem just shard a spider?
I believe it did, yeah.
Why?
Because fuck spiders, that's why.
I mean, I guess. Why did it doesn't have priority on heroes, or it just shows a random spider? It's like, screw you. Oh, that was interesting.
I mean, if you saw that many spiders running around, wouldn't you do the same?
Yeah, but I throw it at the biggest one.
No, you don't want to piss off the biggest one.
Yeah, maybe. Either way, this will be the 2-man Roche with the Undyne. Super efficient here as Nightfall's cam has disconnected.
I think that's one of the things that Gaimin Gladiators probably like the most out of the Huskar. Like, Quinn wins this lane, okay, fantastic, but then them being able to efficiently do Roshan, that seems to be a big deal for them, right? But like so many times DyrachYO's not there when they do Roshan because it's more efficient for him to farm somewhere else, right?
And this is just max efficiency, which is the name of their game. I think they also like it for the scale. Like, this Huskar is a terrifying late game here with the Ags, lockdown, then you all of a sudden have a low cooldown stun coming out. So this is a powerful hero to scale in this game. The disarm is going to be great as well versus the Bloodseeker, versus the Ember in the late game fights. He's pretty damn tanky. He can almost guarantee you those Roshans if you have AoE control the player around him, which Gaming do in Stone Gaze, Pugna Ward, and Tombstone.
Well, you said you don't think you can go this build. Pure says, try me. I'm going to do it anyway.
Did he actually go to the bots? Oh my, he went Octarine.
He went Octarine. He hasn't bought the bots yet. He's looking at Blink Dagger and BKB.
There's no way he should get away with this.
He went Octarine, baby.
There's no way he should get away with this. If I'm gaming, I'm looking at this, I'm like, let's just go high ground now. We have Pugnablast. We have Ward.
But how can you do that, Avery, when meteors are falling through the sky every 20 seconds or whatever?
The low cooldown meteor hammer.
The 18-second meteor hammer.
All right, if he goes bots, you'll never see me again. That's that's my limit. I can only take. He has a Philosopher Stone too, dude. How much GPM do you need? Like, come on, man. At some point, you're gonna have to buy an item, my brother.
Oh, man.
Dear Lord. I'm surprised he didn't go shovel and he's digging up some cobalts for some extra prospector or something.
Maybe he told his supports to do that.
Wait, can't you devour the cobalt for the aura?
Oh, yeah, you can.
What's he doing? he ruined his whole build.
That's true.
Somebody teach him how to play Doom. This is just amateur hour.
Oh, my God.
I mean, they're not really getting punished for it, though. That's the ridiculous part.
Yeah, Gaimin Gladiators
Where's the push?
seem to be in no rush.
I mean, I guess that's kind of true if you believe in Dusa Houseguard to carry, which I think is a valid idea, but you are letting Pure get away with financial murder right now. Like, he doesn't have a real item. I mean, I know there's a lot of
This is a white-collar crime he's committing right now.
Bring this man to the judge. You got Aegis. You can push. Did they forget they can push in this game? I don't know what's happening.
After 4 games of pushing high grounds and ending it by 25, apparently both teams have settled in for the long haul in Game 5.
I mean, it is a Game 5. Like,
yeah.
Sometimes the pressure gets you. You play a little slower. Start to think, maybe we're not as strong as we feel. The lanes didn't get crushed here, so maybe Gaming feel like they're not actually that far ahead, which they technically are. I mean, the gold lead belongs to BetBoom, but I think impact items-wise they are by a large margin. And Scotty for DyrachYO. This is such a big Medusa timing to try and hit. You have Helm of the Overlord for Ace. You go this build on Brood, he's going auras. He's not going right-click Brood. So you want to get this push going. Quinn going for the solo
can he
play.
get him? He's going to TP out. Let's save, do the dirty work. And he does. The Aegis expires.
It's a suicide mission.
Yeah, it really was. And maybe not. Oh, it definitely is. Here comes the spider. Here comes Mama.
That's a big wolf, too. Those spiders getting their damage buffed up 50% effectively.
Well, you don't have stuns, but you do have one more slow, I guess, with that Scotty.
Get an illusion rune, too. Never mind. I mean, BetBoom, they're getting away with a lot of space. A lot more than I thought they would. Especially with the auras already up for Ace and like the BKB Scotty timing here. This could be another one of those games where Gaming decide to push despite the Roshan timers. Like, I don't think they need Aegis to go high ground. So maybe they're just waiting for the right time to strike, and they're going to try and cement a lead with that.
In your opinion, what would those items be?
I feel like they have them, honestly. Maybe the Frost Shield dissuades you a bit, but I did expect more objective taking here because the downside of their lineup is you're not very good at playing the map. Like, the Pugna can kind of pick up some of the farm, and these are very fast farming cores, but in theory, the Doom and the Ember are going to slightly outfarm you, or at least are happier about it because they're not getting pushed down.
Yeah, and he's going to be pushing your towers down with that Meteor Hammer.
I mean, a lot of this
every
game...
18 seconds.
Well, that is true. I mean, a lot of this game might just come down to who has the better end game. And I think both teams feel like they have it.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
I feel like BetBoom have to believe they have it. Otherwise, I don't know what the hell their draft is doing in this game.
Yeah.
But I think Gaming might actually have it in a weird way, too, if this Medusa continues to go unanswered. I mean, you can get, like, multiple Halberds versus her. That seems pretty good. And because Ace went the auras, you're not as worried about a second damage threat coming out. But the Huskar with Ags and 4-5 slots is going to be terrifying, too.
You have, like, more carries on Gaimin Gladiators, but way more utility on the side of BetBoom, I think.
Frost Shield's pretty good. I mean, they have decent utility on Gaming too, right? On Dying Pugna with all the auras Ace is building.
Yeah, I guess so. I think maybe it's just the lack of disables that bothers me about it.
The lack of disables is definitely an issue.
Especially against highly mobile heroes like Bloodseeker and Ember, right?
But they are going to itemize it, right? The Huskar Ags and the Broodmother Hex are going to be two really powerful lockdown spells that are hard to deal with and hard to itemize against. As the smoke will find nothing.
I think that Scythe is actually way more important for me.
They're going to Rupture and Doom him.
Yeah, they're going to all-in him. And Pugna, can tOfu save him this time? He tried to save his Aegis last time around. The Glimmer Cape, it's going to wear out eventually. The BKB, Nightfall going through the commitment. The Stone Gaze, it stops him. The heals come in, and they keep the Huskar alive. And now GPK, he's already used all his remnants, so he has to TP out, but that won't make it either.
Glimmer Capes win games, boys, and lack of detection really hurt BetBoom there as they missed out on a massive core kill and slowing down that Huskar Ags. Because he just sat there invis, and he was not low enough for the thirst to give the vision.
Yeah.
I mean, this, you even get the hammer cancel on the suck. So that hammer paying off, but this is the Bloodseeker Medusa matchup in a nutshell. You get frozen, you are gone. And that Huskar just slips between their fingers due to a little skelly boy with a big wand.
That Pugna is going to be a huge problem. Being
It
able
is,
to,
yeah.
to pump up a Huskar and a Dusa.
This is where I was saying, like, you're talking about the utility. I feel like the saves on Gaming side, they're nasty. They're very hard to deal with. It's also why I felt that Doom pick was, it was too jumpy, because they picked the Doom into the Pugna on 9.
Right.
These are two heroes that are very good versus Doom, historically. They have anchored fight zone control in the Pugna ward and the Tombstone you have to fight into when you commit the Doom. And then it's 2 heals. You can just be sucking and soul ripping. And
Sucking and ripping? Yeah.
You just be sucking and ripping for days, brother. And I mean, that Doom's not doing much for you.
Sounds like a party.
Maybe one you get invited to. You'll have to let me know how those go. But for right now, it's doing the work for Gaming as they push towards that next Roshan. And if they get that, it's going to be the high ground. I guarantee you. That is going to be the signal to try and end this game. So you got to get as much net worth as you can out of the map right now. You got to put that hammer to use, put that Midas to use. TJ
out.
No stuns. See you later.
Now he has the BKB as well.
Yeah, I mean, this Doom has 16k net worth, but it's basically a Blink BKB.
Yeah, it's all gold generation.
So he's got to keep generating.
Now it's time. Obviously, since he's 6 slotted, now you go back for the boots of travel.
And this next 10 minutes, this is the hurdle BetBoom have to... He actually is. Oh my god, dude. At this point, I don't want Pure to win this game. It's like, bro, it's so greedy. It's so greedy. You know the push is coming. You know it. And you can't rat. There's no way you can argue that, oh, I'm just going to rat this game. Because Gaming will take a Rax, and then if you don't come back because you're ratting, they just go throw it. Like, they don't care.
Yeah,
they have
but
all the push in the world.
if the siege is coming, you know what you do, Avery? You build the wall. You build the golden wall to shut him out.
I don't think he's building anything.
You just get enough heaps of gold, and surely that'll stop Gaimin Gladiators.
God, he's actually going to go bots, dude. Literally the Octarine bots I said I didn't want to see. He will complete it here. Well, he's going to be very rich.
Yeah.
We'll see if it can do anything. Because I think this next Roshan is going to go Gaming's way, and that is when the push is going to come. And you better be ready for it. I guess he can rat with the hammer, reduce cooldown.
I mean, the hammer is doing it. He's going to take a tier 2.
No, don't tell me the hammer is doing it.
The hammer is doing it.
It's doing something. He does have that Devour Ancients talent as well. So that does give him a little extra impact in the fight if you can ever eat the big creep from Ace.
The hammer has done it. We've taken a tier 2, everybody. Woo!
Don't clap. Don't clap for this. Clap for
Please
GPK.
clap. Please clap.
GPK has been holding this whole game together, man. He's the only one hitting heroes. He's like, please, God, give me one other core I can play with. That's all I want. Guys, I lane first Huskar. I made moves. I have positive KDA. There's a fly in my face. I just want an item.
Fly?
I just want an item. That was when Pure told him he's gonna go Octarine bots.
He was like,
no.
"Jeez."
We'll see. They're gonna smoke up here. Blink is online. You can start these fights in the Ags for Nightfall. This is probably your best window to try and contest something with this Bloodseeker Ags. Just take the mana and replicate DyrachYO from game 1.
You know what it is? You know, GPK, it's the Spider-Man meme where he's trying to keep the subway from going off the track.
It is.
He's just trying to stop the Gaimin Gladiators push.
I feel for him. He is just the entirety of the area. They're going to
they got the stand.
This is nice, but it's an Aegis Medusa.
Yeah, DyrachYO's just going straight up to the high ground. He's like, I know you guys are up here. Go ahead. Try me.
They want to find the supports. GPK is going to try and poke them out. They found the
Huskar.
Go
for him. The Huskar going to be the target. And look at all the ultimates. Throw them all. Every single ultimate at Quinn. They're going to be able to bring him down and Seleri. They ignore the Medusa. They kill everybody else on Gaimin Gladiators. What a huge turnaround.
Undying even bought, and DyrachYO, he just has to TP. He will live. Lucky to get out of there, but god damn, what a high ground ward and a bait by BetBoom to hide behind there with the initiators and just surprise. Truly a surprise, motherfucker. Where are you going? Nowhere. You're doomed in a game 5. Pure, he farmed for 30 minutes and he's making it work. Somehow they brought it together. What a team fight here. They did not let him get to the base. That was the biggest factor. Catch him in the open where the stuns do the dirty work and you get on the back line. Oh, he's liking what he's smelling now. I don't know how many more times you're going to go away with that clip, and perfect target prioritization. They don't go on the Aegis, they go on the Huskar. The Thirst comes online, and now they're rolling with it. 1K gold lead. Was that the turn cap? Was that the hurdle? I thought that was going to be a way harder hurdle to get over.
Oh, yeah, they made it look easy.
That didn't even look like a team fight. DyrachYO just couldn't get anything done. He took Bloodseeker down to half, but then he just healed it straight back up off the Huskar. He's such a big pinata to pop. I almost think you'd rather give the Aegis to Quinn after watching that.
Oh, 100%.
Because I don't think they can go on DyrachYO anyway.
No. There's no way.
Yeah, so...
He is way too tanky.
I feel like Gaimin didn't expect to get contested before they could set up a high ground siege and protect their backline, and that is exactly what BetBoom took advantage of. Amazing read for this game, and now they've got a decent chance to get over that 30 to 35 minute mark, push this game late, where all of a sudden you might not care about the Dusa. If you can just kill the Huskar every time, take him out of the fight, there's not too much damage coming out from the Broodmother because he went the support items here. You might be looking at a situation where you need Divine on Medusa to create enough of a threat. Of course, Aegis still is up for 2 minutes here. And there's a blink now on DyrachYO, as well as looking for Moonshard. He's going to try and force the fight. Gaimin are not going to get caught off like that again. So you got one fight out of that, but this one is a lot more difficult.
Now, he did get to level 20. So we've got the Doom cooldown talent for him. But can they stop this push?
I mean, one bad Doom.
Pull him in.
You're just getting thrown.
That's a lot of mana to be taken away. Those Sinister Gazes are no joke.
They're going to try and poke him. Shivas for GPK will also let him front line. Quinn's just in. He does not want to let the initiation happen on him, but he committed BKB.
Yeah, got him with the taunt. Chain Frost is the return. They just want to be able to push Gaimin Gladiators out. They do not need to chase forward.
GPK's courier dies delivering a dust. He will not have that glimmer stop him again. A noble sacrifice, but that is another high ground defended. This Aegis, 1 minute left. This is your Huskar Ags.
Seems like they may just force it. But we can see BetBoom.
Of course, Pure is still farming.
Of course.
He needs to put those cooldowns to use. He'll TP back. Has the bots to make that happen. And Blink Doom is up. Aegis in a minute. They're going to try and stall.
Nice Manta timing there. Dodge the blast off.
I mean, if they can kill DyrachYO once, they're going to be happy to Doom him the second time. But otherwise, they're looking for different targets. And in fact, they're just going to give up this push. Let the Frost Armor stall it out. Pure and Nightfall are back to farming the map. They say one Rax is not the end of the world.
Got him with the scythe, got him with the follow-up taunt, and the Glimmer Cave.
Is it enough?
Oh,
he's burning.
He's burning, but he's good. Didn't get hit enough times, and back to the fountain he goes. So they do give up this lane to Barracks. You were talking about they already had everybody pushed now. Nightfall and Pure are both farming out the lanes. They obviously are not willing to fight into this Aegis.
I mean, if you're not going to fight this, this is the way to do it. Extract as much off the map as possible. They're waiting for this Aegis to time out. 25 seconds. This is where Frost Shield feels really damn good. You waste this period, and then suddenly, is DyrachYO going to be confident enough to sit here versus all that single target initiation without a second life? And can BetBoom burst him through it? This is a different beast than that Huskar from earlier.
TPing back now. Aegis
second.
about to expire, but
He got
gonna make
hacked.
the jump. The rupture goes off, and immediately the Hex onto Pure. He can't get it off. He didn't activate his BKB. Avery, the Golden Doom.
For what?
He didn't use his gold, Avery.
And he doesn't even have buyback. None of them have buybacks.
No.
All it took was a single Hex from Ace, who has time and time again delivered for Gaimin, and he shuts all that net worth down. That is the face of a man who looked into the spider, and the spider looked back. Ace wants it all. You only have support buybacks here. GPK, it is back up to you.
And look at DyrachYO immediately just straight for the throat. Tries to pick off any support he can. He wants to be able to make sure this Frost Shield doesn't stop him any longer.
I don't think you can stop this.
They can't stop it. GPK is going to try, though.
He's got to take out the
Shield on it,
support.
too. Meanwhile, Quinn's going to take out the support. Immediately, the Lich is gone. GPK left. He pushed this game so late, but he can't stop it all on his own, and GG has called Gaimin Gladiators DreamLeague Season 20. They are your back-to-back champion.